Hello one and all. Today we are taking a short trip back to the 1980s with this guilty pleasure of mine, but not to be taken too seriously. I appreciate this movie as I enjoyed watching it growing up, and for others who may remember the time it was released, it's a true time capsule of the 1980s, made during a simpler time when society was less cynical and carefree. A cult favourite rom-com from 1987, starring Andrew McCarthy and Kim Cattrall in Mannequin.
Jonathan Switcher
Punk sex.
loves to talk to his work.
You know, you're the first thing that I've created that made me feel like an artist. Don't you like your new scarf?
He never expected
Not especially.
to hear it talk back.
I really think I'm going crazy.
I am so glad you're working here. I never thought they'd hire anyone stranger than me.
You're the only one who can see me like this.
To the rest of the world, he's a disaster.
You're fired.
And she's a dummy.
You are one sick puppy.
If you're a fan of anything to do with the 80s and enjoy ridiculous escapism for 90 minutes, then Mannequin is a joy to watch. It's one of those films that was made during the era of other such fantastical nonsense movies, such as Splash, Weird Science, and Big. First-time writer-director Michael Gottlieb came up with the idea for the movie in 1982 when he was walking past a department store window in New York and thought he saw the dummy in the window move by itself. This sparked the idea, making him wonder what would happen if a mannequin actually did come to life. It's also been considered inspiration came from the Greek myth of Pygmalion, the sculptor who falls in love with his creation, and also from the 1948 movie One Touch of Venus. Originally, the producers wanted Dudley Moore for the main role to play the part of a lonely old storekeeper, but once Andrew McCarthy was confirmed, the star role was rewritten as a young artist. Andrew McCarthy was cast after tests of his films showed that he strongly appealed to teenage girls, which became the target audience. Andrew McCarthy, known as part of the 1980s Brat Pack of young emerging stars. He was most well known for the movies St. Elmo's Fire and Pretty in Pink.
On Mannequin, when they sent it to me, I read it, and it was the first movie I was ever offered to do. I didn't have to audition for, so I was just thrilled someone asked me to do a job, so I said, I'll take it.
Another co-star from Pretty in Pink was James Spader, who plays his manager in Mannequin.
He's fantastic. I mean, I used to get James jobs in these movies. I got him this job in Mannequin, you know, and
He's so weird, Mannequin accent.
he's so
I think
weird.
That's his
Oh my
weirdest
God!
role,
No,
yeah.
I know. That's largely my fault because I was going, yeah, do more.
Yeah, no, wear those glasses, yeah.
Make your hair. You do the
It
comb
looks great,
over.
yeah.
It looks great, and he would go for it.
Andrew McCarthy has said that when he read the script the first time, he found it to be a lovely, delightful, open-hearted movie. The second time, however, when he read it, he had his doubts. Even when filming had started, he was kissing a mannequin. He wondered if this film was going to be any good. Kim Cattrall plays the role of Emmy, the mannequin.
Do you have any other films lined up now that you'll be doing?
Yes, I just finished a film in Philadelphia about 3 weeks ago called Mannequin.
This was her first leading role in a movie. Cattrall stated that doing this movie made her feel grown up. She's quoted for saying, "I've never had anybody do special lighting for me or find out what clothes look good on me or what camera angles are best for me. In this movie, I learned a lot from it." Prior to filming, Cattrall spent 6 weeks posing for a sculptor who produced 6 mannequins in her likeness with different expressions. Cattrall did a lot of bodybuilding to be as streamlined as possible to match the look of the mannequins. Principal photography began on location in Philadelphia in late 1986. The filmmakers scouted department stores all over the country before settling on Philadelphia's John Wanamaker's department store, one of the oldest department stores in America. It was renamed Prince & Company for the movie. Today, it's now a Macy's department store. Over the course of 8 weeks, filming would take place after hours between 7 p.m. until 7 a.m.
I'd be happy to strip search him. You people that work at night scare me.
A scene featuring McCarthy playing the department store grand organ is the largest pipe organ in the world. In 2015, YouTuber Dan Bell visited the locations from the film to see how they look today. McCarthy reminisces that his memories of Philadelphia was waking up at sunset and going to bed at dawn, along with eating cheesesteaks at dawn. The film's soundtrack includes a number of 80s pop music, along with a classic 80s instrumental synth score by Sylvester LeVay. But the most memorable and loved song is the power ballad Nothing's Going to Stop Us Now by Starship, and became the theme tune to Mannequin. The song topped the UK charts 4 weeks running in April 1987 and became the second biggest selling single of that year. The song was nominated for an Oscar for the Best Original Song. The music video recreates scenes in the same locations and uses footage from the film. The film premiered in February 1987 and reached number 3 at the US box office. It received negative reviews from the critics, but adored and loved by audiences.
But I think it was so innocent that certainly at that point in time, it didn't occur to anyone that there was anything bad.
It's very sweet. It's like it's like a family movie somehow. It's kind of amazing.
A fairy tale about love.
Yeah.
With a budget of $7.9 million, it earned back $43 million, making it the 27th biggest hit of 1987. An ill-advised sequel was made in 1991 with only 2 members of the original cast reprising their roles. In 2019, one of the mannequins made for the film was given to a fashion shop in Philadelphia, although Kim Cattrall has stated on Twitter that it's not one of the 6 mannequins made, but it's still up for debate. There's rumours that a potential remake of this film may happen in the future.
He was a talk show host, and she was a mannequin.
In 2017, James Corden and Victoria Beckham performed a parody spoof of the film for The Late Night Show.
Nothing is going to stop them.
Hey, look at him with the dummy.
Who are you to criticize?
Look at him with the dummy.
Who are you to criticize?
Mannequin remains a fondly loved film with fun to be had. So check your brains in at the door and enjoy the nostalgia of an 80s classic.
That movie is actually wonderful and it's really innocent. There's not a cynical bone in that movie's body, you know. It has a very open-hearted, generous feel to it, you know, and it's so innocent, you know, is the word. And so it turned out to be a lovely kind of thing. I mean, it's not going to go down in history as the greatest cinematic feat since Gone with the Wind, but I mean, there are people that love that movie, and, you know, it's... You know,
they're all here.
And there you are. And I love that movie. I love the way that, those people that come up to me, the mannequin people, are generally the most sort of the loveliest people, actually.
Yeah.
Because it has that, anybody that likes that movie goes, oh, they have a certain romantic openness about them that's lovely. But that movie's, you know, I have a fond remembrance of that movie. You know, it had a nice feel.
He's talking to the dummy again.
Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall.
You know I would never bother you when you're getting a piece of wood.
Mannequin.